Have you ever asked yourself the question, what's my purpose? If you are a leader in your company or the organization that you work for, or you run or you own, have you ever asked yourself, what's my purpose? And a follow-up question, have you ever asked yourself, what's the purpose of my company? And I totally get it. Most of the companies out there have a mission statement. They also have a vision statement, but I want to narrow down to a purpose because I believe our purpose is more powerful than a mission statement. It's more powerful than a vision statement. It's more powerful than anything else out there. Last week, I got a chance to speak at an event, a great event with awesome, powerful CEOs, people that are making a difference in their industry. And the topic that I was asked to speak about was how to get people from different generations to work together. That was part of it. And the second part is how to get the relatively young people to step into leadership. And we are talking about the millennials and Gen Zs. And this being 2024, that's a hot topic. Almost every single company really wants to develop and have more leaders within the organizations. And one of the things that came up was that less and less people, in this case, young people, are stepping up to get into leadership. And the question was, what's the reason? What could be the reason? Of course, there was a discussion here and there, and we narrowed down to a few things. But today, I want to talk to you about the purpose in your company. And to bring it home, I want to talk about three pillars that are going to help you. Back in 2013, that was 11 years ago, I sat down and I asked myself the question, what's my purpose? Who am I? Who do I want to become? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? And right now, even in 2024, if you go to any search engine, whether it's Google or Bing or any that you use, and you search for that question, who am I? It's one of the questions that people are asking over and over and over again. It never gets old. People want to know who they are, how they are wired, what they are meant to do, who they are supposed to become, what they are supposed to have. Because if you can figure that part out, then everything else becomes a little bit easier. We say that if you can see the future from the present, if it can be so clear to you, then you can move fast towards that future because you don't have to think much in between. So when it comes down to the team that you lead, the company that you own, the position that you have, the role that you play as a leader, the question is, number one, what's your purpose? And number two, what's your team purpose? And to an extent, if you run the company, what's the company's purpose? Like I said, in 2013, I sat down and I asked myself, who am I? What's my purpose? What do I want to accomplish? Who do I want to become? What do I want to do? And I narrowed down to one powerful statement, and I can say it's powerful because it's been a game changer for me. And what I came up with was my purpose is to inspire, number one, and empower people, of course, human beings like you and me, to step into their greatness and use their God-given potential so they can experience happiness and fulfillment. Now, let's break it down. My purpose is to inspire. When you talk about inspiration, it's all about showing people what's possible. It's painting a picture for the future, who they can become, what they can do, what they can have. And we like to think about the future. That's why, predictably, almost every single year, we sit down and come up with New Year resolutions. We come up with the goals, what we want to do. Some are personal goals, like I want to become a little bit healthier. Some people say I want to get a new job or I want to get a promotion. If you own a company, I want to expand my market share. If you're a mom, you want to become a better mom or a better dad. So it doesn't matter. When you think about the goals that we set and the resolutions that we set, it's all about the future. And it gets exciting. I don't know about you, every time I sit down to write my goals down, I truly get excited because I can see it from the present. Now, the only challenge is that between the present and the future, I got to work on it. So inspiration is all about showing people what's possible. So I chose to become that person who is going to inspire people and show them what's possible, whether it's through coaching, training, speaking, all the things that we do or that I do on a daily basis and also really happens within my company. I want to be able to inspire people. The second part of my purpose statement was empowerment. I don't know about you, but I've been to so many conferences and events and speaking engagements where people get motivated. Someone gets on stage and they say, Isaac, I know you can do it. I know you're capable of doing it. Go out there and make it happen, crush it. And we all get excited and we lift up our hands and we say, that's amazing. I can feel it. And then we get home and we ask ourselves one key question: how do I do that? How do I do the thing they told me I can do it? I believe it, I can do it. I believe I can do it. I know I can do it. I can feel it within me, but how do I do it? They told me I can become a better professional. They told me I can become a better entrepreneur. They told me I can become a better leader. I believe them and I know I can, but how do I do this? And that's why I decided to include that empowerment, because outside of the cliche empowerment, my definition of empowerment is the ability to provide tools and resources so people can have a step-by-step process. They can have a systemized process. They can have a path that they can follow to move towards the thing they believe they can accomplish, the person they believe they can become, the things they believe they can have. So there needs to be a path, there needs to be a process, there needs to be a system, and that's where the empowerment comes in. So the first thing in my purpose statement is inspiration. The second thing is empowerment. The third thing is stepping into their greatness. If you really want to move towards your future, if you really want to make your future a reality, you have to take a step. You have to step into not just anything, but step into your greatness. When you think about greatness, is something bigger than who you are right now, something bigger than what you have, something bigger than what you've had in the past, is that greatness. Actually, one of the most notable speakers and a great man, Les Brown, says that you have greatness within you. This is something I believed for so many years, and I could feel it, but I didn't really think I could accomplish it. I knew that I had greatness within me. Of course, it takes a lot of working on yourself, depending on the experiences that you've had in the past, depending on what has happened within your life, depending on the environment that you grew up in. I grew up in Africa, great environment, but I wasn't exposed to things like professional development and reading books and believing that everything and pretty much anything is possible. So I believe that there's greatness in every single person. There's greatness in you. There's greatness in me. There's greatness in every single person, but you have to step into it. That means there's some work to be done. You got to take this step. Sometimes you have to take the step when you are afraid. You have to take the step when you are doubting yourself. You have to take the step when you don't think you can do it. And the key word is thinking, because your thoughts don't necessarily mean that's the reality. And the truth is, you have greatness within you. You just need to step into it. Now, going to the next part of my purpose statement: and use their God-given potential. You don't have to believe in God. I am a person of faith, so I believe in God. And one thing I know for sure, whether you believe in God or not, I believe that each one of us has a potential within us. And potential, from a very basic perspective, is the gap between who you are and who you want to become, the gap between what you have and what you want to have, the gap between where you are and where you want to go. That's potential. And the most important thing for you and me, which is doable for all of us, irrespective of your education level, irrespective of your background, irrespective of your zip code, irrespective of where you came from, the good news is all of us can start moving towards the maximization of our potential. You can move from who you are to who you want to become. You can develop new skills to do the things that you've not been able to do. You can move from what you have to what you want to have, because when you develop the skills and the capabilities and the abilities, then you are likely to get paid more if money means anything to you, and I believe it should. It's a powerful resource. You can become a totally different person. You are likely to enjoy your life more. So moving from where you are to where you want to go, who you are to who you want to become, what you have and what you want to have in between, that's called potential, and you can move towards that. Here's one of the most beautiful things as well. The cool thing with potential is that it doesn't wear out. Actually, it expands. The more you tap into your potential, the more it expands. So as you move from here to here, then your potential is going to expand. And now you see things differently. You can see things past the horizon, so to say. You can become a totally different person. More possibilities open up for you. More opportunities open up for you, for the company that you work for the company that you run, for the environment that you are in, for you to make a difference. So as you move towards your potential, it just expands. And believe me, you want to move towards that potential, because you'll be able to accomplish more, become more, have more, and beyond that, make a difference in the world. So let's go to the last part of my purpose statement, which is moving towards the results. We are moving towards the benefits. We are moving towards the thing you are going to get, so that you can experience fulfillment and happiness. Of all the things that we can keep within ourselves, experience is one of them. If you've ever gone to a vacation somewhere and you really love that place, whether it was the blue water in the ocean, or it was being at the peak of the mountain, or it was going out there camping or hiking, whatever it is, whichever experience that you've had, or probably you went out there with your family or with friends, you went fishing, nobody can take those experiences from you. You can lose your job, you can lose your money, you can lose your office, you can lose your family. I hope it doesn't happen, but nobody can take away the experiences that you've had from you. So when you step into your greatness and use your God-given potential, you get to experience fulfillment and happiness. One of the people I really admire is Tony Robbins, who has made a big difference, built multiple businesses. And if you don't know who Tony Robbins is, probably you should. And Tony Robbins says that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. You want to be successful. You want to become a great leader. You want to become a great manager, become a great business owner. You want to be a great dad and a great mother. But if you're not fulfilled in what you do, if you don't wake up and say, I'm happy to wake up every day to do the thing I love to do, if you don't wake up every morning excited about what you're about to do, if you don't wake up every morning looking forward to going to work, looking forward to going to the office, looking forward to talking to your customers, looking forward to presenting your products and services so people can buy and get their lives changed, if you don't get excited about any of those things, most likely you're not fulfilled. And that's called ultimate failure. I believe when you step into your greatness and use your God-given potential, you are likely to experience fulfillment and happiness. And that's one of the things I believe we should all strive for. One of my mentors, John Maxwell, says that your career is what you get paid for. Your calling is what you were born for, is what you are meant for, is what you wake up in the morning and do and get excited. You know, the cool thing is that when you find your calling, when you find your purpose, when you find the thing you are born to do, number one, you get to experience fulfillment and happiness. And number two, you get compensated very well. You get paid very well. And in my own theory, I believe you get paid well because you become so good at that thing. You know, the thing you like to do, the thing you're passionate about, we get to do more of those things. If you like to talk to people and you get into customer service, you are likely to become the best because you like talking to people. If you like to lead people and inspire them and show them what's possible, then you are likely to become really good. If you like to work on systems and processes, you are likely to research and become really good, potentially go back to school and study and learn that thing. And as far as I know, pretty much every organization out there is looking for people that are top-notch in their professions, people that are really good at what they do, people that are experts, people that are world-class in what they do. So when you find your purpose, when you find your calling, you are going to experience fulfillment, you are going to experience happiness, and most likely you're going to be paid very well. Money may not be the thing you are going after, but you get compensated. So let's put it together. My purpose in life is to inspire and empower people to step into their greatness and use their God-given potential so they can experience happiness and fulfillment. That's my purpose. It's that simple. I've kept it for 13 years. It reminds me of why I do what I do every single day. Just like most of the people, and probably you have, I've gone through tough times. Business goes down, revenue goes down, profitability goes down, I lose someone, I get sick, something happens in my personal life and my business life, things happen. But the thing that keeps me on check, the thing that keeps me on track is my purpose. So my challenge to you is to find your purpose, to cultivate your purpose. Ask yourself, who am I? Who do I want to become? What do I want to have? Why am I in this world? What am I meant to do and to be and to have? Ask yourself those questions, and most likely you'll be able to find your purpose. So let's get to the 3 pillars, the pillars that are going to make a big difference in your life, in your team, in your company. Number one is inspiration. It's found in my purpose statement. And inspiration, like I said, is all about showing people what's possible. So let's bring it down to your team. Let's say you have a team, hypothetically, of 20 people. You and I know that each one of those people has goals and dreams and things they want to accomplish. They decided to come and work in your company because they believe your company is the best platform to help them accomplish those goals and those dreams. So each one of them has their own goals, they have their own dreams. And the question is, how can you get them to move towards the same direction? Because you have your goals, you have your own mission and vision as a company. You have quarterly goals, annual goals, 5-year, 10-year goals, it doesn't matter. And most likely you've communicated those goals to your team and you're asking them to rally behind you so you can move towards the future, so you can move towards accomplishing those goals. But the question is, since each one of them has their goals and their dreams, and they are all different, all 20 of them have individual goals and dreams, how can you get them to work together? How can you get them to move towards the same direction? And one of the antidotes I've found is inspiration, is to look at them and say, Isaac, I know you just started working here 3 months ago. I believe that this company is the best place for you to accomplish those goals. Here's what I have for you. I have a career development plan. I have a personal development plan. I'm going to help you become a better professional, develop new skills, become more confident, become more competent. If you do that for all those 20 of them, each one of them is going to see themselves in your plan. They are going to see their goals and their dreams in your mission. They are going to see their goals and dreams in your vision. And that's how you can get them to work together and move towards the same direction. So inspiration is going to be key. And by the way, in my board here, I have the 3 pillars. The first one is inspiration. Pillar number 2 is empowerment. Like I said, many years ago, I decided that I'm going to be the person that's going to provide tools and resources, not just inspire people and motivate them and get them all really excited about their future. I'm going to be the person who can provide the tools and resources. One of the things that's going to be a game changer in your company, in your organization, in your team is having tools and resources for them to use. Because every single person, again, asks the question, I know I can accomplish my goals, I can move towards my dreams, and I believe that this company is the best place for me to do that. But how do I do that? That's a key question. So you need to provide tools and resources. They can be as simple as weekly meetings that you're going to have with your team. That can be a forum for them to ask questions or get to learn something. And I believe pretty much every meeting should have some kind of an educational factor in it. It could be training programs. You can have an internal training program that you've developed, and if you haven't, there's a process. It's not that complicated. You can also have workshops that are going to be done. Engage external companies and organizations to come in and conduct leadership training, communication training, management training, conflict resolution, how to manage emotions. You can subcontract a company to come and do that for you. But so long as you're providing those tools and resources, then that's going to be a game changer. I was talking to one of my clients. In our company, we do executive coaching, we do leadership development, and I do speaking. And a few weeks ago, I was talking to one of my executive coaching clients. He is a senior guy in their company. And just out of the blues, he said, Isaac, you have no idea how much I appreciate you as my coach, but also my company for what they have done for me. Now, just to give you perspective, I've been working with that particular executive since July of 2023. So it's almost a year. And this particular person appreciates what the company has done for them, because it's not even about the coaching fees that the company pays. This person is stepping away from their work. So there's a commitment in terms of time. The company is saying that we are going to invest the time that you're supposed to be doing something for the company to go and get some training. So the company is invested, but the person, the executive, is invested as well. Because if they are showing up to the sessions, 60 minutes, sometimes longer than that, they are responding to my emails, they're doing the homework and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot of commitment as well. And when you look at it, there's a whole lot of commitment. If you are to monetize that, in almost every single session, okay, that we are all collectively sitting together, we are spending more than 5,000 in every session. Now, if someone was to give you 5,000 US dollars right now, you can imagine what you can do with 5,000. I can do a lot with $5,000. So empowerment is all about finding tools and resources that you can provide to your team, that you can provide to your company, that you can provide to the people that you lead. And that's going to be a game changer. So we get to pillar number 3, transformation. Transformation doesn't just happen on its own. I can show up and inspire you, show you what's possible, motivate you, get you to see the future from the present. I can empower you with all the resources that we have, but I cannot give you transformation. I can only lead you to experience transformation. So the cool thing is that when you do the inspiration and when you do the empowerment, transformation happens. And transformation is really looking back and realizing that I have become a totally different person. I'm more confident than I was a month ago. I am more outgoing than I was 3 months ago. I'm making more money than I was 5 years ago. I have more clients. I'm making a bigger difference. Whichever way you are going to experience that transformation, you'll be able to look back and see how much you've changed and how much you've grown. This happens to me so many times. I do a lot of speaking and I love it. And when you think about speaking, to some people, speaking is a fancy thing. Getting on stage and people applauding for you, you have someone introducing you, and if you do a good job, you get a standing ovation. And those are good, but those are not the things I go after. I have come to learn that being able to get on stage is an opportunity for me to, number one, share my story and share other people's stories, get to feel the energy in the room, get to hear other people's stories. But beyond that, be able to make a difference in people's lives. When I inspire them and I empower them and I provide the tools and the resources. And if only one person takes action, if only one person moves towards their future and they get changed, to me, that's more than enough. When I started out, I attended so many training sessions. I had mentors and coaches, and people told me it feels so good when you get on stage and people respond to your message, and you need to be looking at everybody's eyes and give them that eye contact and move purposefully. And all those are good. Those are good tactics. But what I've learned is that all that goes away and it becomes meaningless the moment you get off the stage. What becomes and remains meaningful is when you make a difference in someone's life. And someone walks up to you and they say, thank you for reminding me this. Thank you for teaching me this. Thank you for inspiring me. So instead of hoping that hundreds and hundreds of people are going to stand up and give me a standing ovation, I lowered my expectations and I said, I just need to have one person get inspired or empowered or changed by my message. If I cannot inspire one person, most likely I'm really bad at what I do. So that has been my experience, but it's been way more than one person. I've had hundreds and hundreds of people call me, text me, come to me and tell me, thank you for speaking about this. But the point is, it doesn't matter what you do. When you get inspired and you get the tools and the resources, then you become a totally different person. When I look back, who I was 9 years ago is not the same person right now. As we speak, I'm here on YouTube on this video. Trust me, I couldn't do a video 9 years ago. I'm not naturally a shy guy, but I was just not comfortable on camera. Actually, I remember, I think it was about 10 years ago, one of my friends, we were at church and there was an event that was going on. And this guy brought a camera. He was trying to get people's comments and feedback. And he said, what do you think about this event? He brought a camera right to my eyes and I froze. And I remember that guy saying, don't be shy. That's what he said. And guess what? When you tell people not to be something, they do that thing. They become instantly that person. So I became shy and embarrassingly, I just walked away. And I got thinking, I was like, oh my God, I am not confident. I am not ready for the camera. Now, fast forward, I came to learn that anything you do for the first time, you're going to be really bad. I'm used to being on stage. I'm used to talking to people one-on-one, but I wasn't used to being in front of a camera. So right now, it doesn't matter. I can speak to the camera, whether you gave me notice or not. So the point is, anything that you get inspired to do, anything that you get empowered to do brings transformation. So those are the 3 pillars. We have the inspiration, we have the empowerment, and we have the transformation. And those are going to be game changers in your team, in your company, and in the organization that you work for. The last thing I'm going to challenge you to do is to sit down and work on your purpose. Work on your mission. You don't have to have a business like me. You don't have to be a leader. You can have a personal mission. You can have a personal vision. You can have a personal purpose statement. My challenge to you is to sit down and ask yourself 4 questions. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, who am I supposed to become? Number 3, what am I supposed to do? And number 4, what am I supposed to have? Those 4 questions are going to help you to narrow down to your purpose statement. I hope this was helpful. Thank you again for joining me for this training, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.